Okay, welcome back. I'm in Wharton in Lancashire at the moment, and I'm just about to shoot off and have a look at this River Wye, where this lady's believed to have gone missing. I want to show you the lay of the land. This is Wharton. We've got the River Ribble behind us, back there. And Blackpool is over there on the coast. It's just about to see Blackpool Tower. Well, there's a river that runs in from the north, back of Fleetwood, which is more or less dead ahead of us, and then the River Wye. It winds its way up into the foothills there of the Pennines over that way. And it passes through St Michael's. This is where Nicola Bulley allegedly had gone missing. Well, she did go missing, nothing alleged about it, but it's unsure what happened to her. It's widely believed that she went into the river. I don't know if that's the case or not. I'm not going to speculate. Okay. All we do know is that she's gone missing. That was weeks ago, and of course the general consensus of opinion at the time was that she'd gone into the river. Whether she did or not, I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to show you the river. That's it up ahead, and then we're going to backtrack up the river to St Michael's and just a little bit beyond, because obviously it flows out to sea. It is tidal at the mouth, so I don't know how far the tide comes up the river. But they've built, you can see in the videos, they've built embankments along the side of the river to stop flooding. So it's obviously some sort of floodplain. There's Blackpool over there. There's the River Wye ahead of us. You can see it goes out into the sea there at Morecambe Bay. Crossing over the motorway here. As the motorway goes to Blackpool, and that way it goes down to the M6. We've got Preston down there as well. Right, here's the River Wye. You can see where it goes out into Morecambe Bay there. So we don't need to go that far to the mouth. We can pick it up at this island here and follow it inland through to St Michael's. To go parachuting over there, Cockerham, Black Knight's Parachute Centre, 30 years ago. Okay, I'm just trimming the helicopter in now, and then we'll make our descent and we'll follow the river. Okay. This is one of the helicopters you can actually dive, as long as you don't go too fast. Approaching VNE there. I'll raise the nose. Didn't want to go too fast. Right, there's the river, so eventually it gets wide and goes out to sea. This is the tidal part of it for sure. Okay, so we're going to follow it up in that direction. I'll tell you when we get to St Michael's. I have looked on the map, the caravan park here. Need to trim it in again now. There we go. Constantly trimming. Right, we'll follow the river itself. I hate wires. Wires are the bane of my life. Right, here we go. You can see these white marks here. These represent the embankment. It's been artificially built to stop flooding because it is a tidal river. Obviously it does rise and fall with the tide up to a point. That probably explains the weir they were talking about. Although I don't know if the weir will be denoted on X-plane. I guess we can come around. This is orbex scenery for X-plane 11, by the way. Don't know if it's produced better in Microsoft, I don't know. So perhaps someone will do that. Obviously a bit of a sandbank here. You can see again the embankments that have been built. This is photographed from satellite, so they obviously, you know, it's bound to get better, the scenery. It's not going to be spot on, but it's going to give you a really good general idea of the river. Because we've seen some police dinghies going up and down, haven't we? Because they were doing sonar search of the bottom of this river. It's quite close to the road in places. We're still not at St Michael's, so it's quite a way. It's interesting to note the position of the river relative to the positions of the road. You can look on a map, you can see all this on Google Maps, Google Earth. Okay, I think we're coming into St Michael's now. I'm not familiar with this part of the woods, I've never been here. I have been up to Cochrane and Blackpool, and I've been around this area, but I've never actually, to my knowledge, I've been to Great Eccleston, which is another little village down around this way. Right, okay. It's getting a bit confusing now where the river is. Bending that way. There it is. It's going under the road there, there's a bridge there. And then it's winding through. I'm pretty sure this is St Michael's. Okay. River gets a bit windy here, and it gets a bit fragmented over there. It goes off in another river there, and then I think this is the main part of the river that we should be following. And I'll follow it up to Garstang Road, I think. But this is it, yeah, this is it. Well, this is it from 250 feet anyway. When there's so wandering off isn't really a thing, is it? You know, there's nowhere to go, is there? And it's just all flat marshland for miles, all fields. It's a very windy river. And that's Garstang Road that goes up to Cockerham and down to Preston that way. So I'm not going to go any further than this. Besides, the river is flowing in the opposite direction. Okay, it's going towards the sea from the Pennines up there. And if we go any further, we'll be over the M6 motorway. So I'll go back now to St Michael's. Quite a depressing part of the world, really, isn't it? With no features at all, other than the river. No hills, no valleys, no coastline. There's nothing. There's just a river on a floodplain. Okay, we've got one road. I think the little roads that branch off just go to individual farms and the likes. And we're coming into St Michael's now. There'll be the odd irrigation ditch around the fields. So coming in by road, the road's quite close to the river there, but then not at all over this way until you get to that other road which comes to here. This is the village. There's a few roads in different directions. So I'm guessing we're looking at this area here. And there's another river coming in this direction. Let's have a little look up here. North is now off to our left. Okay, looks like the river branches here as well and goes off in different. That's a minor river, obviously draining into the main river. But any of these fields will have drainage ditches. It's obviously a floodplain here. Bet there's loads of mosquitoes here as well. That'll bite you in the summer. Right, well. Let's go to the other side of this road. So this is it, this is St Michael's. And it is extremely unlikely that a dead body would go very far. In an 18-inch deep river that isn't flowing very much at all. So and there is a caravan park. I think those white marks on the floor might be the caravan park. Because don't forget, this is all done from an aerial photograph. They're not always depicted that well on the aerial photographs. Right, well, I'll land on this green park here. And that's that, chaps. I mean, it's a logical place, isn't it, to come to walk your dog. I mean, it's such a small village, so you probably know a lot of the other dog walkers. So it's not really an unreasonable or secluded spot to come to, is it? I mean, if you lived here, I mean, this is probably the most likely place you'd come to walk your dog. And the only reasonable way out of here is by road, isn't it? Thanks for watching.